What up, fam? Welcome to First and Faithful. I'm your host, Aaron, and today's Niners-Eagles Sunday Night Football preview. We're going to get into the injuries, keys to victory, X factors, and a score prediction. But first, the channel has hit 200 subscribers. So as I said when we first started the channel, every 100 subscribers the channel gets, I will give a gift card to two different subscribers, $25 gift card. Make sure you tune in next Tuesday when I give out grades and stuff. I'll announce the two winners. So if you did not have a reason already to hit the subscribe button, now you do. Click that little subscribe button, hit that little bell icon. New videos every week. Like I said, every 100 subscribers we will be giving out gift cards, $25 gift cards every 100 until we hit 1,000. We'll probably do like a bigger giveaway. But let's get to the matchup itself. Lots of injuries to go over. Let's start with the Eagles. They have no receivers, basically. Djax out. Jeffrey out. Arcega-Whiteside is doubtful. Dallas Gilbert out. Carson Wentz has basically Zach Ertz to throw to, and that's pretty much about it as far as receiving threats go. Outside Miles Sanders, the running back, of course. Jason Peters is doubtful. They're also missing two of their top cornerbacks. It's bad. It's right up there with the Niners as far as injuries are concerned. For the Niners, the injury report is bad as always. First, some good news. George Kittle is back, full participant in practice all week. He should be a full go. Deebo Samuel is active. I imagine he's going to be on something of a snap count, 10 to 15 snaps. Let him get his feet wet. He has not played a game since the Super Bowl. So especially coming off an injury, I'm guessing 10 to 15 snaps, get his feet wet, and then ramp him up in the following weeks, kind of like they did with Jordan Reed. As far as players out for the Niners, Raheem Mostert still out. Dre Greenlaw still out. Emmanuel Mosley did not pass concussion protocol. He is out. That makes it Ahkello Witherspoon. He's also out. So we are looking at Jason Verrett and Dante Johnson as your starting cornerbacks. The only reason I'm not as concerned about that is because the Eagles have nobody to throw it to. So this was against any other team or a full complement of Eagles receivers. That would be a definite worry, as it is not as big. Jimmy Garoppolo still out with the high ankle sprain, so Nick Mullens, BDN, gets his chance to shine again, this time on prime time. And that's it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens if he goes out, they win, he balls out again. But we'll see. Now let's get to the keys to victory. For me, it's winning the trenches. For the Niners defense, winning the trenches. Getting the stops as the Eagles try to run the ball, first, second down, stop them, make Wentz uncomfortable, second and long, third and long, down in distance, letting Ziggy, Dion, Hyder, Kittle, all those guys, Armstead, let them tee off, get after the quarterback, make life super uncomfortable. Also, if you give them down distance, that helps Brett, that helps Dante Johnson, honestly. That gives them a little margin for error, if you will. So it's huge. Those first second down are going to be massive. On the flip side, same thing. Establish the running game. Establish. Eagles have actually a pretty good defensive front, but establish the running game. McKinnon, Hasty, Wilson, get them involved. Get that running game percolating. Hopefully with Kittle coming back, that kind of spurs everybody. They get that going. Make it easy for Mullens, Then it opens up. If you're able to pick up 4 or 5 yards on first down, second down, opens up play action, opens up the playbook for Shanahan. It really just creates a lot of mismatches at that point. Mullens, makes it much more easier for him. If it's 3rd and 4, it's so much easier to complete a 4-yard pass than it is 3rd and 10, etc. So that to me is massive. And then the last biggest one is watch for the design QB runs. Niners still are having a huge trouble stopping those kind of runs. Do not think for a second Doug Pearson has not scripted out a few design QB runs for Wentz, who is mobile quarterback. He is very athletic. He's not Russell Wilson, but he's still very, very athletic. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Peterson try to get Wentz on some of the bootlegs, rollouts, kind of like we saw last season, Week 16, Jared Goff when they played the Rams. That first half was pretty much Goff on rollouts, a lot of rollouts, trying to give him an open space, that kind of thing. So I would not be surprised if Doug Peterson does the same thing. So it's going to be huge for the Niners, those edge rushers, the D ends, to contain, keep them inside the pocket. If they can do that, it's going to be a very, very long day for Wentz and that offense. And now for the X Factors, I already mentioned Jeff Wilson and JaMycal Hasty. Huge, huge, huge. They have opportunity to help establish the run game, but also out of the backfield catching passes. Jeff Wilson is maybe, just watching him, he's got to be a top 10 receiving running back in the league. It's kind of crazy. Hasty got a little bit of play last week. Did really well. I expect him to get even more carries, like a three-headed monster with McKinnon, Wilson, and Hasty really just kind of sharing the load. And then, someone emerges as like the hot hand. They'll get a little more tote of the rock. But I expect to see all three of them get a decent amount of playing time. And then I am calling my shot. This is a game that Javon Kinlaw makes his mark in the league. Kind of like we saw last season with Bosa on Monday night against the Browns. This is the game that Kinlaw has that breakout game. I'm calling it 2 to 3 sacks. I'm calling it right now. I think he just has a huge game. He's been making plays every week, and you can see he's understanding the game more and more. Each week he's getting better and better. He's been making more plays, and even though he hasn't been getting like the numbers, those splash play sacks, those kind of things, he is making a lot of plays in the run game, and he is getting pressure on the quarterback. He is getting there, just not finishing. This is the game he finishes. This is the game he gets, I'm calling 2 to 3 sacks, makes his mark on primetime television, and really solidifies his place as a really great draft pick. Maybe even defensive player of the year, gets into that conversation this Sunday night. And then the last one, and maybe the weirdest one, Tabor Pepper, long snapper. As you probably know, Kyle Nelson was let go by the team. They brought in Tabor Pepper as the new long snapper. Somebody, really talk about long snappers. The only time you talk about long snappers is when they're fucking up, basically. That's why we know who Kyle Nelson is this week. But it's huge. If you talk to kickers, you listen to kickers and holders and long snappers, like, it is a concert. They have to be all in sync. The snap to the hold to the kick. Everything has to be right, perfectly in line. Otherwise, things go AWire, as you saw last week against the Giants. Like, if the snap's high, it takes that extra half second for the holder to, come up high, grab it, put it down. It throws the kicker off a little bit. It lets the rushers have that extra, half second to get in. It's huge. It's huge. So considering that Tabor Pepper was brought in just this week, something to watch when you're watching the first couple extra points or field goals. How does that look? How does that concert look? Does it look like they're in sync? Hopefully it works. It's good. And this is the last time we're talking about long snappers for the rest of the season. Which brings us to score prediction. And for me, I originally had the score 38-0. I was going to go huge on this one. But that was before Mosley and Witherspoon were ruled out. And Greenlaw as well. And so I had to pull it back a little bit. But I'm going to go 27-3. I think Niners show up and show out. And this has as much to do about the Eagles as it does with the Niners. I feel about this game felt the way I felt about last week. A lot of people were thinking last week's game was going to be close. See, a lot of people thinking this week's game is going to be close. And I got to be honest, I didn't see with the Giants because I hadn't seen anything from the Giants to tell me, like, yeah, they can keep this game close. They are bringing something to the table. I feel the same way this week about the Eagles. What are the Eagles bringing to the table? I don't know, like, how are they scoring any points, honestly? Like, Wentz has no one to throw to. His O-line's been I'm not sure how they're generating points on offense. And then defense, I know a lot of people say, hey, the Eagles have their top 10 passing and rushing. Look, they played 3 games. 2 of them were against bad offense. They played once against the Bengals, once against the Redskins. When they played a good offense in the Rams just blew them out of the water. I mean, we're going up and down the field on them. So, I think it has a lot to do with who they were playing more so than who they are. They're missing 2 of their top corners. with Kittle back, Deebo active, I think the offense is going to be hyped because Kittle's back in the fold. I think Mullens is going to take his opportunity to make his mark, not only just for the Niners, going forward this season if Jimmy's hurt and so on and so forth, but this is every one of these games is an audition for him for another team to be a starter for somebody else. And I think he's going to look to take advantage, especially primetime. They're the only game in town, Sunday night. I think he tries to take advantage of that. I think that, he comes out, has another great game. QB controversy, if so. But, so I'm going to go, like I said, 27-3. Niners win going away. But this is the part where you leave your score prediction down below. Let me know what you think the score will be. As always, as we do every week, if you're new here, every week we do pick the score prediction challenge. If you hit it right on the head, $25 gift card. If multiple people hit it, I'll pick a name out of the hat, randomize or something like that. But like I said, just $25 gift card, just a little fun extra thing to do. As always, thank you very much for watching First and Faithful. I'm Aaron saying deuces, you silly gooses. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Hey, thanks for watching First and Faithful. Here's another video I think you'll enjoy. Also, don't forget to subscribe. New videos every week. Appreciate all the support.